David told me that as a young man, he visited my hometown, Hiroshima. And this had a great impact on him. In fact, it was such a decisive experience that he decided to dedicate his life to the abolition of nuclear weapons. I am grateful that David joined us, Hibakusha survivors from Hiroshima and Nagasaki, who are convinced that no human being should ever have to experience such inhumanity, immorality, and illegality of the atomic bombing. It is almost 80 years since those atrocities. And yet, this is the reality of nuclear age. While our blood boils, people like David never lost faith to their vision for a more just, safe, peaceful, cleaner, greener world. David kept on changing the world with his hope for humanity. In closing, I would like to express my deepest condolence to all who have loved and supported David in life, especially his wife, Carol Lee, his children and grandchildren. And in his death, let us continue to support and to be in community with those who will keep David's torch raised high to illuminate a path to greater compassion and humanity, a path to zero. Thank you, David, for your exemplary life for us to emulate.
I'm Doug Roche in Canada, and for many years I worked closely with David Krieger when I chaired the Middle Powers Initiative. This was a grouping of civil society organizations which sought to energize non-nuclear weapon states to put pressure on the nuclear weapon states to reduce their nuclear arsenals and move toward comprehensive negotiations. The Nuclear Age Peace Foundation played a major role in this endeavor, and in fact, nuclear disarmament had no more enduring advocate than David Krieger. David was soft-spoken, yet he had a backbone of steel. He was modest about his achievements, yet his work spoke loudly. He was gentle of spirit, yet passionate about the abolition of nuclear weapons. I had the honor of being a guest in his house in Santa Barbara on a couple of occasions, and the hospitality I received from David and Carol Lee was heartwarming. David spoke lovingly about his family, and I saw the full measure of a man. In 2005, the Nuclear Age Peace Foundation gave me a Lifetime Achievement Award, which I cherish today. So in my own way, I would like today to rededicate that award to David himself, who was my inspiration for the long road that we walked together toward the abolition of nuclear weapons. The goal is still far off, but when we get there, David Krieger will share our common joy.
Hi, my name is Marc Kielburger, and I'm a former board member of NAPF, and my brother Craig received a Waging Peace Award. Wanted to express our condolences, of course, to Carol Lee and to the entire Krieger family, and just say thank you for allowing us and the world to share David. David was such a remarkable friend, mentor to so many people, and had a big, profound impact on my life and the life of my family. David was a statesman, a man of peace, a scholar, a poet, a father, and just a remarkable, kind, considerate human being. And we think of humanity and the concept of what David stood for. It's just amazing to see the impact he's had on the world and the impact of so many people's lives. He was always waging peace, but he was also waging compassion. He was waging love. He was waging understanding. He was waging the understanding of bringing people together and the fact that the world can be a different place. It's that spirit and that passion that stays with all of us today. So we just wanted to say thank you for having David share to the team at the foundation. Thank you for keeping on this incredibly important work that David started with so many others in support, but it really was David's passion that brought this project to life. And we just wanted to say thank you for allowing us to share these words with you here today as well. Best wishes.
This is Dr. Helen Caldicott. I'm honored to talk about the life of David Krieger. I think I've never met anybody so dedicated to the cause of peace as was dear David. He used every minute of every day on this. He also wrote wonderful poems, and he was highly intelligent. He set up his organization. He involved extremely intelligent and dedicated people in his cause for peace. He had a remarkable effect upon others, including myself. And I honor David. It's so sad that he died the way he did. He didn't deserve that. His lovely wife and his children, I'm sure, are so sad to lose him, as am I. He's left a big gap and vacuum in the world. So, David, I absolutely honor you for the work that you have done. Bye-bye.
We're here today to honor the memory of David Krieger, a tireless worker for peace in the nuclear age. David was very wise in establishing and then running the Nuclear Age Peace Foundation from 1982 to 2019. NAPF is unusual in combating the nuclear threat and building a more peaceful world. In fact, viewed from that angle, the nuclear threat becomes the nuclear opportunity. In the nuclear age, building a peaceful world is no longer just morally desirable. It's essential for human survival. Thank you, David, for your efforts to alert society to that truth.
While there is still time, while we still can, wake up. We here gathered have experienced a very great honor, knowing David Krieger, a man of love and kindness, courage and humility, a man rooted in goodness and beauty and truth. Like a kind and gentle man of peace before him, he saw wrong and tried to right it, saw suffering and tried to heal it, saw atomic war and tried to stop it. Let us therefore tonight, in solidarity and in friendship, resolve to continue our journey together to nuclear zero and to the world peace that lies beyond. I will close now, not with my words, but with his. These were the very last words he spoke to me in barely a whisper. Never give up.
Nukes are nuts, it's a crazy thing. Just like squirrels waiting for the spring. We hide them underground, preparing for a day when some crazy squirrel try to blow us all away. I say, nukes are nuts. Nukes are nuts. No ifs, no ands, no buts, you know. Nukes are nuts. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. It's an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, one nuke for another. But if that's the truth, be the end of the world for the human race. No trees, no squirrels, no trace. I say, nukes are nuts. You can say it too. Nukes are nuts. No ifs, no ifs, no ands, no buts. You know, nukes are nuts. Now you may think this is a kind of a cheeky way to deal with a pretty heavy problem. Well, I did too. I mean, I got this request from an organization in Santa Barbara, and they said, would you make a 20-second video, maybe 30-second video, and include the phrase nukes are nuts in it? And I went, you gotta be kidding, nukes are nuts? But I went on their website to see who else had done it, and there was Desmond Tutu. And I said, no, he's not really. And for the first 20 seconds of his little video, he spoke about the craziness of the money that's invested in these antiquated, I'll get you if you get me weapons. And at the very end of it, he says, nukes are nuts. I figured if he could do it, I could at least compose a song. And if you needed justification for singing the chorus, here's your excuse. There's India and Pakistan, at least 7 more countries where these nuclear weapons are stored. 17,000 warheads, it's true, totally secure except for 5 at the outside. Nukes are nuts. Nukes are nuts. Somebody said the system's too big to fail. Last time I heard that, somebody went to jail. A push of a button in defense of a nation, and hope it wasn't a miscommunication. Nukes are nuts. Come on now. Nukes are nuts. No ifs. No ifs, no ands, no buts. Say, nukes are nuts. Na 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 na. A world of to make peaceful choices. Every woman, every man, hey, even squirrels can understand that. Nukes are nuts, come on now. Nukes are nuts. No ifs, no ands, no buts, say, nukes are nuts. Yeah, thank you. Na, 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 na. Yeah, nukes are nuts and the world's getting smaller, tempers getting shorter and walls are getting taller. We got to come up with a master plan. And what we can't do, hey, maybe love, can I say? Nukes are nuts, come on now. Nukes are nuts.